Unlock supernatural turnaround, spiritual secret to get uncommon favor and grace. How to command the land to open for you in 2025 with just a bottle of Fanta and 4 cubes of sugar. By God's grace, in today's video, I wish to share with you symbolic ritual direction, spiritual direction that actually took place in Genesis 28:10 to 28, as well as Genesis 35, 1 to 15, where Jacob poured oil on a stone and as a form of offering to God, as well as Genesis 35, verse 14, where he also poured a drink offering as a libation to God. Are you aware that book of Psalm 24 verse 1 says the whole earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof, and everything and everybody that is in it, meaning that everywhere and every place and every land, including everything you see under the earth, belongs to God. And if you must know, we are all descendants of Jacob by covenant, because Abraham was called out by God to leave his father's land, the place where he's going to show you, where he established a covenant with him, and then make Abraham to see if he can count the number of the stars. And when he couldn't, then God attributed that is how his descendants will be uncountable. And after Isaac received patriarchal blessings and transferred it to Jacob, and all of us can help, in order for us to connect to that Abrahamic covenant, we become descendants of Jacob. And if our ancient ancestors, spiritual ancestors, did certain ritual that work powerful for them, why wouldn't we do it? Follow the same leaf and achieve uncommon results, because we know that blessing is spirit and also curse is a spirit. How do I know? When Jacob received the patriarchal blessings, he ran out with just a staff. He didn't move with the wealth of the father. Jacob was the one who was actually physically enjoying that wealth, who was there, yet his name was lost in the history. But because the spirit of blessings followed him, he went into the house of Laban, making uncommon results, achieving uncommon grace, uncommon favor, so much so that he succeeded in marrying the two daughters, give birth to 12 tribes of Israel we know today, even including a daughter. And on top of that, he amassed lots and lots of wealth, because as a shepherd that he is, each time that Laban changes the wage, because his second name is supplanter, so another person will always supplant him. But God never allowed that supplanting to work against him, because each time he will get revelation in the dream. What he's going to do, he will paint that particular picture on the wall. The animals will look at it and conceive exact wage that was promised him, and that was how he continued expanding. Are you aware that he poured libation when he was resting on in the land of Uz, and then using a stone to make pillow? That's why your head is a strong portal. That's why most of the time I say put this under your pillow, put the other, because there are certain energy that will be on your head. You can't help to see divinity, and when you see divinity, you will draw help for humanity. His eyes open, he saw divinity. When you see the invisible, you will do the impossible. He saw the invisible, that God that is invisible with the angels, he saw them while he was sleeping. His eyes opened, he saw angels ascending and descending. Behold, look at Almighty God in heaven, sitting majestically on his throne. He never knew that that place that he was lying was the same place his father Abraham actually made a covenant with God. And that is why I tell you that you are being followed by forces. If you are followed by negative forces, it will magnet you to wrong things, wrong relationship, wrong locations. But because he's followed by the positive forces of the blessing of the fathers, he was magneted to go to the same place the father, our father, Papa Abraham, made a covenant. And that was why he was able to see the invisible. Doing the impossible was very, very obvious. And after that, he rise up and say, oh, God is here. I never knew that. He now poured libation and promised God that if he can lead him and he go and come back, he will also come back to pour libation. And that is why in today's video, I'll be sharing with you how you will symbolically pour libation on the earth to cause the earth to open unto you. Pour libation in the name of God. You are pouring it for God, because the whole earth belongs to God and the fullness thereof. Don't mind blessed talking Christian that will start telling you otherwise. These are symbolic rituals that helps. I have tried this severally. It works like magic. and it's going to work for you. So if you only follow me to the end of today's video, I'll be sharing that amazing symbolic ritual you must do as soon as you cross over. Bam! 1st January, in the night, do this. And you see how throughout 2025, you'll achieve uncommon breakthrough. Anyway, it actually works every time. So anytime you see this video, do it, you still get the same result. But before then, please give this video a like so that YouTube algorithm will shift it to other people that need it. As you do so, may God bless you. Welcome back to Jenny Action TV. In this particular channel, I discuss 3 important variables which actually help safety and spirituality. In this channel, we pray strategic prayers, we read the word of God in our hearts, we believe in balance. That is actually why we do spiritual work. So if this is the very first time you're finding yourself in this beautiful family, you are highly welcome. Please kindly hit the red subscribe button and the bell notification so as to always get my next upload. For my returning subscribers, I love you so much. Thank you for always stopping by. So without wasting time, let's dive in. Now, the first strategic step to take in order to command the land to open for you in 2025 with authority and confidence is to gather the material for this libation, a bottle of Fanta or any other drink. To be honest with you, I am going to use a wine to do my own, but I'm using bottle of Fanta not for any other reason, so that it is something everyone can afford. That is number one. Number two, you notice that Fanta, to a great extent, the color mixture of red and yellow is a powerful attraction color for open doors and breakthrough, because everything is energy, everything is vibration. You wouldn't want to do this ritual with black, that is Coke, because it's going to cause energetic blockage. All right. So now, the next thing you need is also 4 cubes of sugar or 4 spoons of sugar, representing east, west, north, and south, because you want to attract uncountable blessing from east, west, north, and south. But you can also use 7 cubes of sugar, and in that case, you will attract uncountable blessing, because 7 is number of multiplicity when it comes to spiritual numerology. So it depends on you anyway, anyone you choose to do, but whereby you didn't use cube sugar. But to be honest, cube sugar is the best for spiritual work. You can actually measure 4 spoons of powdered sugar or 4 spoons or 7 spoons of powdered sugar. It's up to you. Then the next thing you need is a quiet space. It's for reflection, because you are not going to do this to fulfill all righteousness. You are going to do it symbolically to ensure that you get a result, not just to fulfill all righteousness. Now, when you find a quiet place, being either 31st 11:45 or 1st 11:45, because at that 31st you might actually be in the church performing your crossover. You may not have time for personal rituals, but you can do it on that very first by 11:45 a.m. in the midnight, or anytime that resonates with you from 9 p.m. but let me be odd number anyway. So now, find a quiet, peaceful place for reflection. Set your intention. Reflect on what you want to do. What matters in spiritual work is your intention. Are you doing it because just Jacob did it? Are you doing it because Jenny Action TV did it? Are you doing it to fulfill all righteousness? Or are you doing it because you want the land to open up? That because Bible says whatever we sow, we reap. That as I'm going to sow this sweetness in the land, that the land cannot help but return sweetness to me. And where you cannot find cube sugar, it's very interesting that some countries say they don't have sugar in their country. You can actually use honey. Honey also represents oil. Can use honey and Fanta, just like 7 spoons of honey or 3 spoons of honey. You can also pour it, because so long as ant cannot resist coming to lick it, your good things will never resist coming to you. This 2025. So how are you going to do it? You now set your intention that in this year we have entered, you want prosperity, you want good health, you want success, you want the land to open up for you, to release uncommon grace, uncommon favor, that everyone that have connection with the land will favor you, that as you have sowed the land into the land sweetness, that the land will never give you sorrow, that sweetness will be your second name. Then you place that bottle of Fanta or bottle of any drink you are using. Can use wine, but anyone, everything is energy, everything is vibration. Using wine also shows that you are rich, you attract wealth. So now you place it before you. The next thing you do is step 2, which is symbolically to pray. By then it would have been sharp 12 midnight. It's good to do this one 12 midnight. But where you're living, it cannot happen, no wahala. You can actually do it anytime that resonate with you from 9 p.m. But if I were you, I would do it with by odd number. This year is odd number year, 2025. 5 is odd number. Odd numbers have their own spiritual powers. It's not what I'm sharing now. There are deeper things in this universe that meet the eyes. So you now pray and ask God to bless you, to guide you into this new year that you have entered, or into the coming year, depending on the time you are doing it. You declare and speak out loud your intention. Sometimes I used to tell people, if your fellow human being cannot hear, how can God even hear? I know God is a spirit, can even hear your heart. But it's good that you say it. Let the land hear you, the forces in the land. Everywhere is governed by angels. Let them know what you are saying and carry it to bring it to pass. So you speak your intention and desires in 2025, such as I command the land to open and release all its treasures to me in 2025. Then you now add the sugar symbolically into the Fanta. You open this thing, and then the cover of this Fanta, if the sugar cannot enter directly to inside the Fanta or whatever drink, you can actually break it and then put it. Then when you have finished symbolically added each of the cube into the Fanta, symbolizing sweetness, symbolizing blessings, symbolizing your desires coming to pass in the new year, then the next thing you will do is you pour libation, you pour the offering, because you want to, the same way you give offering to the church, you are giving offering to the land, because the land belongs to God, the whole earth belongs to God and its fullness thereof. You now begin to pour it gradually, slowly into the ground, symbolizing of offering to God through the land, and praying that God receive your offering and bless you in this year or the new year coming, depending on how you are doing it. You now begin to thank God because you are going to possess your possession, that everywhere you march feet, that the land will open, you will be favored, you get new job, contract, divine expansion, you know what you want, you will get married, that sorrow is not for you. Anyone or any man or woman that have connection with land that will offer sorrow, oh land, open up and swallow that person. Connect that one too, because devil have their agent that want to do you evil, so that you will use that first day of the month to be able to command and prepare your way and make sure that you stop every fuck up of the enemy through any evil agent that will try to work against you. Even spirit and powers, they all operate in the land. You declare that no evil spirit is permitted to work against you this year. Next step is what I call reflection and gratitude. Of course, gratitude is the best attitude. Your attitude determines your altitude. That was why Jesus mentioned about the 10 lepers secured, only one person come back and show his gratitude. So you have to thank God and show him gratitude that the blessings you are praying for, that you are going to receive, that new opportunities are coming for you, that this ritual you perform, that it will begin to speak for you throughout this year from January to December, that you will be able to get everything you want according to his divine timing, that this year you will surely achieve all your intentions. And after that soulful thanksgiving to God, you jerry enter back in your house, because actually this type of ritual must be done outside. If your house is stone pitched, so much so that there is no sand, take your vehicle or whatever means of transportation you have, go to any place that has sand and you are seeing the sky. You can even go to close to any river bank. If it happen that you are a kind of water element, and then you can go close to your church, you can go to close to a market, especially if you are earth element, anywhere that is a kind of strategic, that is a heartland. Those that are in our spiritual academy understand what I mean by heartland. These types of rituals work very well in heartlands. Look for any heartlands and go. And at this juncture, I wish to remind you, next month will be our Waking Mind Spirituality Global Academy, kicking off with the 4th cohort. Make it a date with destiny. There are yet other secrets and upon secrets you need to unravel that can take you beyond your widest imagination in life. Because believe me, spiritual rules the physical. If you understand how to control the variables of the spiritual, you will never lag behind when it comes to physical. So what are you waiting for? As you're enjoying the wines and drinks of this season, remember the one you will offer to God symbolically in the land, and you will see God in action surprising you. So if you have not subscribed to be part of this family, what are you waiting for? Kindly subscribe, hit the bell notification so as to always get my next upload. comment on this video, share it widely to everyone. I'm sure I'll be helping a lot of people. As to do so, may God bless you. So with this, I say enjoy your day.